When the pec minor tightens up and contributes to that rounded shoulders posture, it can sandwich the bicep tendon in between the pec major and the anterior deltoid, or that front muscle of the shoulder. The bicep tendon actually starts up on the inside of the shoulder on the labrum, runs down the length of the arm and onto the forearm on the radius. You can actually hook that bicep tendon with your index finger down on the forearm and even close to the elbow joint. When the biceps tendon gets trapped in between the pec major and the anterior deltoid, it can cause pain or discomfort on the front of the shoulder as well as down the actual bicep itself close to the elbow. We're going to go over some techniques that we can use to release the biceps. There's two areas of the biceps that we want to release. The first is the proximal, meaning the part that's closer to the body, up on the shoulder. And then the second part is the distal, which is down the elbow joint. We'll start off on the proximal portion of the biceps. So what we're going to do is we're going to place our hand on that rounded part of the shoulder or the front of the shoulder joint itself. Use your fingers to kind of search around this area. You should feel kind of a ropey tendon that as you run your fingers from side to side over the area, you'll feel it kind of move underneath your fingertips. And it'll feel kind of like you're moving a guitar string, maybe even a line of rope. Once you find this area, this is where we're going to place the lacrosse ball. So we're going to stick it over the front of that shoulder joint, and then we're going to very gently dig into it against the wall, keeping our discomfort at about a 3 to a 4 out of 10. We're going to stay on this area anywhere from 1 to 2 minutes. We can even do some backwards or side to side motion over the biceps tendon, creating a cross friction massage. Once we're done with that area, we're going to find that area that I previously discussed on the elbow joint. So you can kind of hook your index finger underneath that bicep tendon. Then what you're going to do is you're going to place the lacrosse ball over it, keeping a gentle bend in the elbow so that way you can dig into it a little bit more. So you can either use the palm of your hand to press or even your thumb, whatever you feel is stronger. And what we're going to do is we're going to put pressure into it, and we're going to do a little bit of, again, side to side motion over that tendon. And we're going to spend 1 to 2 minutes on the area. Now that we've released tension of the biceps, we're going to stretch it out. So for this stretch, I'm going to have my hand against the wall with the thumb facing down towards the floor. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my body away from the arm, and I'm going to gently squat down until I feel a stretch along the bicep tendon going up into the front of the shoulder. You might even feel this down on the thumb. That's perfectly fine. We're stretching that entire line out when we do this. And when you're starting off in this position, you want to find a very comfortable position for the arm. So you might not want to start off too high, because you might find that as you turn, you're already feeling the stretch. So start off low, get a feel for this stretch, and then start to slowly work your way up. And you can eventually find a comfortable enough position to a point where you're not doing that deep of a squat and you're already feeling the stretch. Again, if you have shoulder restrictions, you want to start off low with the stretch and then slowly work your way up as your bicep tendon becomes more flexible.